Right now, it's New York's number one news with Sade Bedouin-Wah and Mike Marza, Ryan Field with sports, and meteorologist Lee Goldberg with the exclusive AccuWeather forecast. Now, Eyewitness News at 11.
Wow, what a finish. One of the craziest games of basketball we have ever seen. And it did not start out that way. Certainly not the way the Knicks wanted, but it ended the way they needed and wanted. The Knicks erasing a 29-point deficit. The greatest comeback in NBA Finals history to win Game 4 in epic fashion.
Oh, epic is right. New York City exploding with energy right now. The party is just getting started. Right now, these are live pictures from Newscast 7 over Midtown, where people are just going crazy. For fans who may have given up for a time tonight, the Knicks coming back and showing everyone that what they are made of, and they are now just one win away from an NBA championship. So great to say that. Good evening at 11 o'clock. I'm Sade Bedouin-Wah.
Man, sports are fun. And I'm Mike Marza. There are no words to describe what we all just witnessed tonight. Yeah. Of course, we have a team of reporters covering all the reaction that you're probably hearing outside your house right now, all to the big win. But let's begin with sports anchor Ryan Field inside MSG that is pulsating from the air from Newscast 7. What's it like inside, Ryan?
Oh, my God. People are still there cheering behind them. They don't want to leave.
You know what? You want to know what it's like inside? Take a look at what it's like inside right now. This is the scene from 29 down to up 3-1 in the NBA Finals. This place has got to be 3/4 full right now. Journey playing Don't Stop Believin'. And how could you stop believing? The Knicks didn't stop believing. They were down 29 points. They gave up the most points by a road team ever in an NBA Finals game. But yet here they are, this resilient bunch once again on the precipice of their first NBA championship in 53 years. Let's go back and show you how it happened. Knicks were down 29 like we said at one point. They were down 15 in the second half. Now down 4.5 to go. Knicks down by 7 with 4.5 to play. OG Anunoby gets the feed in the corner, drills the 3. The lead is cut to 4 and the place is going bonkers. Now 2.5 minutes to play. Knicks down by 4. Jalen Brunson, the captain, drills the 3 and all of a sudden it's a 1-point game. Then less than 90 seconds to play. After 2 Victor Wembanyama missed free throws, it's Brunson again. Gets the left-handed floater to fall. The captain with 36 points as the Knicks take the lead. Then with 5 seconds left, how about one more time? Brunson, the inbounds pass. Gonna miss the 3, but OG is Johnny on the spot. Somehow, some way, gets the tip in to go, and the Knicks cap off the largest NBA Finals comeback this league has ever seen. And just an unbelievable effort. Fans pouring out of the arena right now saying this is the greatest Knicks game of all time. And it's hard to argue with that. It's a historical night here at the Garden, guys. It's the best way to put it. And we're going to be talking about this night for a long time, especially if the Knicks can find a way to close this out Saturday night in San Antonio. We'll have plenty more on tonight's big win when we see you a little bit later on in sports. We'll send you out with what's going on here in the Garden still. Man, oh man. It's going to be going all night long.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
We'll send it back to you, Mike and Sade.
Thanks, Ryan. It is electric out there. And we actually heard from OG afterwards, and they said when that 29-point gap there, they just said, stay with it.
Yep.
We've been here before. We've come back before. So
yeah, they said, don't stop believing. And they didn't.
And they didn't. Well, let's go to Shannon Stone up at Newscast 7 as fans spill out of the Garden and into the street. Just look at that presence there.
It is absolutely something to behold, this sea of orange and blue. What a game tonight. And as you guys have mentioned, people are literally pouring out of MSG here. Take a look at this. You're looking down at 31st Street. The intent was to keep everyone in the barricades down to 29th, but right here between 31st and 30th, All of the bars erupted as soon as the game let out, and now you are looking at a crowd of bar goers who are watching the game at some local establishments, as well as the people coming out. So they're supposed to go down to 28th. They're not doing it. They're cutting across. Keep this in mind if you're going through traffic. We got to tell you, when we were coming overhead, we actually saw fireworks going off in Red Hook. All of the buildings are blue and orange. This is a sight to behold. Right now, everything has remained calm, but people spilling onto 8th Avenue, 7th and 6th, everything shut down throughout this area as the fans continue to come out. Let's face it, guys, we're going to party like it's 1999, but a step closer now to a 73 outcome. Reporting live over the Garden, go Knicks! Shannon Sohn, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Oh, yeah. This party is going on all night. Well, let's head back outside the Garden right now.
Yeah, we saw it from above. Let's go to the ground now. And Eyewitness News reporter Anthony Johnson outside MSG, where fans again are leaving. AJ, what's the scene where you are?
Yeah, they're leaving, but a whole group of them now standing in front of the Garden. They are jumping around, calling this, of course, the greatest Knicks win ever in history. These fans coming out of here, they are excited. They're predicting that the Knicks are now going to win this 1-5. This is an absolute great scene up here, just watching all of these Knicks fans come out. I can't imagine what it's going to be like when they actually win the championship. Just listen to them now. Listen to the excitement. Listen to them cheering. This is unbelievable. What an incredible comeback. These fans are absolutely ecstatic outside of the Garden, leaving the Garden, but letting us know how much they love this New York Knicks team. These fans are super happy. They've seen a great game, a great comeback. This is almost unbelievable. And it makes you think that there's a strong possibility that the Knicks are going to win the NBA championship. After a game like tonight, you can't think anything else but that. The Knicks are set to win an NBA championship. If they finish one more game, that's all it's going to take. One more game. But what a night here tonight. Just listen to those fans as they leave Madison Square Garden. That is the latest outside of Madison Square Garden. Anthony Johnson, Channel 7 Eyewitness News. Man, they're having a great night tonight, right?
Yes, they are. I love all of the energy bouncing off the screen. This is great. Well, there are watch parties all over the city, and people are really loving it.
Certainly erupted at the ending. Let's go to Eyewitness News reporter Anthony Carlo. He's been positioned in Brooklyn tonight in Fort Greene. So Anthony, if you can hear us, how did they take the ending in Brooklyn?
Well, I'll tell you one thing, guys. I would not be shocked if you see a statue of OG Anunoby erected here in the city tonight. These fans are going crazy right now. They are delirious in the streets of Brooklyn. Take a look over here at just how much of the crowd has poured out of the Fancy Free Bar in Fort Greene. They are partying in the streets. The most notable thing about these Knicks fans, no matter how bad that first half looked, and boy did it look bad, the Knicks were beaten to a pulp. Not one of these fans gave up. And I talked to them. I said, hey, what happens? This series will be tied up. We're going back to San Antonio. They said, wait a second. This is not over. Why? Because the Knicks are a fourth quarter team, and they've got Jalen Brunson. But it was the supporting cast tonight. It was the OG Anunobys. It was the Jose Alvarados. And those were the guys. These fans came out here tonight and told me they wanted to see perform. They wanted to see everybody involved, and boy, they got it.
It's been a roller coaster. I told you they had to fight fire with fire, and they fought fire with fire.
You have no more voice.
No more voice. Laser, I appreciate you. My whole Knicks family, I appreciate you. New York and Fox.
You don't have words.
It's emotional. I'm like,
Describe that moment, the tip-in by OG Anunoby.
amazing. I had never a shadow of a doubt that this game was within reach.
All right, so this gentleman right here, you traveled all the way from where, Virginia?
Virginia, 757, Virginia.
met him early in the night, and we were talking about what? You said fight fire with fire.
Defense fight fire with fire and defense.
How'd they fight Wemby tonight?
They fought him. Hey, second half, nothing.
They gave him nothing.
Anything.
And then they outplayed the Spurs with their performance, and in the end, that's what matters. It's chaos out here, guys. We're live in Fort Greene. I'll send it back to you.
That's so awesome. I love that. I'm glad that gentleman found his voice because he's going to need it on Saturday night. Anthony, great job as always. Of course, some of the other fans opted for one of those official watch parties that were happening across the city as well.
Yeah. Well, we're going to check in. There were thousands of people that packed Central Park's Woolman Rink. Eyewitness News reporter Stefan Kim continues our coverage from the park. And Stefan, where are the people?
Well, Sade, Mike, I have said it before and I'll say it again. Oh my God. These fans, 4,000 of them, have poured out of Woolman Rink and they're now spilling into Midtown to celebrate. Knicks in 4 is now Knicks in 5. Let's just show you the video. Go straight to it. These fans could have left at halftime. They could have left in the third quarter when they were down by 20. It was an uncomfortable night. Uncomfortable because of the humidity. Uncomfortable because the Knicks never really had control of this game. But these fans have seen it before. They've seen the Knicks come back, and boy, was it worth sticking around for. And after an embarrassing first half, the Knicks fought back hard down the stretch, and oh my God, what a finish. Let's take a listen. Knicks in front. Let's go. All right, feed that. This crowd had faith the entire time. Again, most of them stuck around until the end. They could have left earlier, but they had faith. Watch party or no watch party Saturday night. Good luck keeping these Knicks fans away from the Garden for Game 5. Reporting live in Central Park, Stefan Kim, Channel 7. Eyewitness News.
Okay, so everybody left to get to the party.
Exactly.
Okay.
Maybe they're going to San Antonio. One lone trash can behind where Stefan is. But check out the scene that continues to build tonight. Newscopter 7 over the celebration that may as well just last until Saturday night. We'll see how it all shakes out. The Knicks, how about this sentence? The Knicks are just one game away from their first NBA championship since 1973. And of course, we're waiting to hear from the team, right?
We're actually going to hear from the coach, Mike Brown. He is going to come up and speak at the podium. And just imagine the excitement when everybody starts to hear from Mike Brown. I mean,
it's incredible.
I'm just feeling destiny here. I don't know about you, Mike.
Well, you look at this team, and Coach Mike Brown said we have to get it to 15 at the end of the third quarter. And it was right around that point that they started to make a run. Exactly. So we'll see how it all shakes out and see what happens as we hear from Mike Brown as they now pivot and try to figure out why they were in that situation in the first place. So again, the Knicks just one win away from the first NBA championship in more than 50 years. Game 5 now set in San Antonio, and Channel 7 is your home for all the action.
You know it. It starts Saturday at 7:30 with our countdown to tip-off, followed by NBA tip-off at 8, at Game 5 at 8:30. And then we'll wrap up all of the action on Eyewitness News after the game. But again, we are waiting for the coach to come to the podium. He's going to speak about this incredible, historic win.
Wow. Feel free to interrupt AccuWeather at any time. Did you think an hour ago you'd see Empire in Knicks colors celebrating this win? Unbelievable. 77. As the lead ballooned, showers started to flare up and develop over New York City, and then somehow they were erased, just like that lead. Unbelievable. We have dried out for the time being. By morning, it's just going to be warm and muggy. Temperatures starting in the 70s. Weather does get serious as we go through the afternoon. Number one, it's really hot, and then we watch out for some storms that pop up during the afternoon, early evening hours. Some of them can have some damaging wind gusts and some heavy downpours. There's also a heat advisory across much of the area. We're going to be in the low 90s tomorrow. It can feel like 95 to 100. So pace yourself. We've all been very excited. Keep hydrated here as we go through the day tomorrow. There's also an air quality alert across parts of the area. So warm and muggy tomorrow morning, partly cloudy. Look for temperatures to get in the low 90s. And again, it'll feel like 95 to 100. The next 2 days are AccuWeather alerts with late day and evening thunderstorms. Friday storms might be a little later than tomorrow's, and then we'll lower the humidity, and it looks like it'll be beautiful for watch parties on Saturday. So great stuff coming up. We'll have your 7-day AccuWeather forecast. Hopefully we'll get Coach Mike Brown more on Knicks coverage when we come back after the break.
And welcome back. We are looking at a podium shot. We were waiting for Mike Brown to come to the podium to speak about this incredible night. What a night at MSG. I mean, they were down 29 points, found a way back. They did it.
I mean, we were all just like, you could hear the pockets of employees here in the Disney headquarters building. And you could see like some TVs were ahead, some TVs were a little bit behind. And then we started to get the momentum thinking, and you called it, you said, look, they cut it to 12.
OG was hitting shots all night.
You're the man,
and this
OG.
one with the play-by-play and the screams and the, oh my God.
It was locked in.
Hey, we're all locked in.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
This is just so great for the city. I love the energy.
And isn't it a symbol of the city, too? Just when you think that we're down and out, nothing can hold back New York.
New York out.
You want me to am I going to have to do push-ups right now? Is that what's going to happen? Let's go ahead and go outside. I'm doing them right now. You can't see. 21, 22. There's Empire in orange and blue. This shot courtesy of Empire. Great looking shot. Can see downtown to One World Trade. Our temperature just as we approach midnight. We love sevens. A pair of sevens. South wind at about 3 miles an hour. So over the next couple of days, you've got temperatures in the low, even some middle 90s. Afternoon and late day storms. Some can be strong to severe. Tomorrow's afternoon and evening. Friday's probably a little bit more on the evening side, but just keep an eye to the sky and be weather aware at all times late in the day and in the evening hours. The other thing is you have to pace yourself. I mean, there's a snapshot of what it feels like at 4:30 in the afternoon hours tomorrow. It'll be basically around 100 across the area. So heat advisories out there. Keep hydrated. And you can see the severe threat. That's a level 2 out of 5. What does that mean? It means scattered severe thunderstorms. Damaging winds the biggest threat. Hail's a possibility as well. There's also an isolated flash flood risk. We're going to have heavy drenching downpours. You see how soupy and humid it feels out tonight? A lot of moisture in the atmosphere, and these can dump some heavy downpours. Air quality alert we tell you about. New York City, lower Westchester, Connecticut coast, and parts of Long Island. So the shower is shifting offshore for now. Skies will turn partly cloudy during the overnight. Look at all the damage reports. There are still tornado warnings going on across parts of Illinois. There were at least a half dozen tornado reports, even more. We'll hear about that during the morning hours tomorrow. But some of that energy is now moving eastward. We have to respect it during the day tomorrow. So we'll start out warm and humid, partly sunny. Scattered storms start popping by mid-afternoon, especially into the early evening hours. We could have some heavy downpours and gusty winds. Those will move offshore, and then it's rinse and repeat. Do it all over again on Friday. Low to mid-90s, scattered storms popping up late day, and maybe a little bit stronger into the evening hours. I think tomorrow the setup is probably worse, where we have stronger storms tomorrow than we do on Friday, but both days have severe threats. The humidity will get knocked down on Saturday, but it's still nice and warm. You're going to love the weekend forecast. We should be dry for the Puerto Rican Day Parade, maybe a late day or evening storm, and then on Monday, some clouds, maybe a lingering shower. I don't think there's too much rain, though. 74 tomorrow morning. Warm and muggy, partly cloudy. By the way, 73 is our low tonight. 1973, last time the Knicks won the NBA championship. So the numbers are working for us. 92 tomorrow. Hot and humid sun and clouds, gusty afternoon storms. And 74 tomorrow night. We'll be tracking evening storms for you. Make sure you're weather aware and have your mobile alerts on, because we'll be passing along warnings if they happen. Next 2 days, hot and humid with late storms, less humidity, and warm over the weekend. Good for the parade and not as hot as we go into early next week. Brittany Bell with an important update in the forecast in the morning. Guys?
Okay, thank you, Lee. Now we want to go to Coach Mike Brown, who's there speaking about this remarkable, remarkable night. Let's listen in.
Sorry, Mom. Jose was unbelievable tonight. He changed the game. His speed, his ability to touch the paint, again, you give San Antonio a lot of credit. They're trying to throw a lot of different things at us defensively, kind of a matchup man / zone. And if you don't close out to Jose, as hard as he works on his shot, he's going to make you pay. If you close out to him, he's quick enough to go by you. And he made some great basketball plays offensively tonight, and then he was great defensively. But you talk about a total team effort when we hit adversity. And that's all we've talked about all year. Hitting adversity, hitting adversity, hitting adversity. I embrace it through the year. We have to hit it, because we have to see if we're connected enough for moments like this. And our guys showed their resiliency and showed they're connected enough to handle a moment like that. The series isn't over. It's going to be tough down in San Antonio. But I applaud all my guys and all my coaches for trying to find a way and finding a way to get in the win tonight.
And the city applauds you and all of the players. We'll be right back. Look, Mike, it's after midnight and no one wants to go home.
No, absolutely not. They're going to be out there for hours, perhaps days. Let's go to Shannon Sohn with a perfect view from Newscopter 7 over Midtown. Shannon, what do you see?
This has been absolutely something out here. Police have been pushing these crowds further and further away from Madison Square Garden. It seems like all the activity to the south, while people aren't doing the traffic patterns that were indicated here up at 38th Street and 8th Avenue, an enormous crowd came together and police really had to break this up. And in fact, that is what you're seeing now. This has calmed down significantly in the last few minutes as police are now pushing people past 38th and into 39th Street. They're really just trying to thin the herd. At one point, the entire intersection of 8th Avenue and 38th Street was just packed with people. There were cars stuck in it. We've now got police on horseback and just lines of police officers that as people continue on north, you can see it right here at the intersection with 37th Street, a line of officers making sure no one gets back down towards Madison Square Garden. You can see all the garbage in the street there, but we're just going to bring you further down to give you an idea of how good of a job they're doing with the crowd control. You can see how it's thinned out all the way back down to Madison Square Garden, and then going south, you'll see more people exiting. Huge crowds in the streets here. It seems most of the activity is off to the north, but police really keeping it under wraps. Reporting live over Madison Square Garden, Shannon Sohn, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
All right, good to hear. Let's keep it safe as people are headed to the after party. I'll tell you, people who don't want to leave, a lot of people still inside the garden. Take a look at the floor. People still taking in the history that unfolded there tonight.
And what history unfolded. We're going to check in with Ryan Field live from the garden coming up next in sports. We'll be right back.
It's time for sports, and would you believe it was time for the greatest comeback in NBA playoff history? The Knicks were down 27 points at the half, and yet now they're up 3-1 heading to San Antonio with a chance to win the NBA championship. Words that, let's face it, for 40 minutes of this game tonight, we did not think I would be saying after this game tonight. But here we are, and it took place in the most incredible ways ever. Let's show you how it all went down here at the Garden tonight in Game 4. San Antonio just dominating this game from the jump. The first half, all Spurs. They drilled 14 three-pointers, the most threes and a half in NBA Finals history. Yeah, the Knicks trailed by 27 after 24 minutes. And the Spurs weren't just overpowering the Knicks physically, but mentally as well. Check out Victor Wembanyama baiting Mitchell Robinson into a flagrant foul and then quite literally telling him, "I'm in your head." If only he knew what was soon to come. Because after cutting San Antonio's lead to 15, going into the fourth, the Knicks got into the Spurs' heads. 4.5 minutes to go in the game. Knicks down 7, and it's OG Anunoby. The corner three. That's good. The Garden was absolutely shaking as New York was down just 4. And after making a 3 of his own, all of a sudden, Jalen Brunson getting loose in the lane. A patented floater. That's good. And suddenly, the Knicks had their first lead of the night, but the Spurs led by 1 with just 5.7 seconds to go, and this will be the moment that's remembered forever. Brunson puts up the 3. It's just short, but Anunoby leaps up and somehow, someway tips it in. OMG. Jerry Seinfeld couldn't believe it. Taylor Swift couldn't believe it. And how about this shot from high above the Garden? A moment after OG tipped it in over in Central Park, where the city just erupted. The Knicks miraculously win it 107-106. The incredibly happy final. The biggest comeback in NBA Finals history. They now lead this series 3-1. They can wrap it up Saturday in Game 5 in San Antonio. The head coach afterwards on his team once again overcoming adversity.
But you talk about a total team effort when we hit adversity. And that's all we've talked about all year. And our guys showed their resiliency and showed they're connected enough to handle a moment like that.
To baseball now. The Mets hoping to gain ground in the wild card race as the first two games have not gone as planned against the Cardinals, but looking to make amends for it tonight. They were a 7-0 loss last night, and tonight, well, not much better. Already down 4-0 in the fourth, and Jordan Walker takes David Peterson deep for the 3-run shot, and it's a bit of deja vu. 7-zip St. Louis. Francisco Alvarez would hit a 2-run home run in the bottom half, but that would be all the offense for the Amazons. They lose 9-2, the final. How about the Yankees closing out their series in Cleveland this afternoon, looking for a clean sweep of the Guardians, and they would get it, courtesy of some sweet swing music. Jazz Chisholm once again using Aaron Judge's bat, and once again coming through. His RBI triple, 2 of his 3 RBI on the day. Jazz Judge has a nice sound to it, doesn't it? Yankees get the win, 8-4, the happy final. But nothing sounds as good tonight as the Knicks win. They're up 3-1, heading to San Antonio, deep in the heart of Texas. Here we come, Mike and Sade. We'll send it back to you.
Yes,
Yeehaw.
that's what I'm talking about. Go Knicks. We'll be right back.
Back down with a live look over 36th and 7th Avenue from Newscopter 7 as Knicks fans are celebrating the greatest comeback in NBA playoff history.
There are thousands of people out here. It's after midnight, folks. It's 12:14, and these people, they're soaking in every second of this win. They don't want to go home, but what a night. We are now 1 win away from a championship.
So now the Knicks head back to San Antonio with the hopes of winning their first championship since 1973. We're back in the morning with a recap at 4:30. Be safe. Good.
Way to go, New York.